County USC Hospital remains up in the air tonight. The city of Los Angeles may have to shut it down to help balance the budget. We know how that could affect the hundreds of patients, but what about the paramedics and the trauma system? Bob Donnelly has that part of the story.
A woman comforts her friend, begging her not to die. The young victim went for a quart of milk at a downtown store when she was stabbed and robbed for her milk money.
Got a stab wound to the abdomen.
All that stands between her and death is a network of emergency medical care, the trauma system. And at the heart of it all in downtown Los Angeles is County USC Medical Center.
LA County USC is the linchpin of the trauma system in this county.
Paramedics and the trauma system they kickstart are the frontline forces in a never-ending battle to provide basic emergency care. Perhaps nobody knows better how vital County USC is to the trauma system than the paramedics themselves.
Well, I believe this hospital closure is going to be a disaster because there's a lot of people in this community who really depend on it.
This is the stabbing. Major blood loss.
Every month, paramedics take more than 1,000 critically injured or sick patients to County USC's trauma center.
It's real busy, there's no more room for anyone.
And in this nightly war against pain and suffering, there is growing concern that the system itself may be in serious jeopardy, especially with county budget cutters threatening to close down County USC.
I think if this facility goes, one of the major instant crises will be that the trauma system in general and the 911 system will collapse. They will not be able to serve emergencies.
Now this unit here is actually be going over to White Memorial Hospital, but that's a rarity. Most of the units that respond to emergency calls here all go to one place and one place only. That's County USC. And this is the scene outside the emergency room in County USC. Row after row of ambulances, and as one leaves, another pulls up.
We have 3 ambulances here waiting to put their patients off of their gurneys onto hospital beds. If they don't have an open bed, we can't take a patient off our gurney and put it on there.
Simply put, there just aren't enough beds or medical staff to handle the deluge.
You can see as fast as we bring patients in and the rescues leave, more rescue ambulances are coming in, and it's just a never-ending circle here.
And despite this overflow, more and more ambulances continue to arrive. An unrelenting crush of people in need, victims of shootings, car wrecks, serious illnesses.
When they're bleeding internally, and there's nothing we can do to stop that, you have to get them to a hospital where they can be operated on in a timely manner, or they're going to die.
We're going on a reported stabbing.
The trauma system is in a constant fight to stay ahead of this flow of victims. No one wants to even think what would happen if the hospital was closed.
Without the existence of this medical center, the entire EMS and trauma system of the county will basically disintegrate. Any major incident, major trauma incident or critical patient typically ends up here, either initially by paramedics, or they're driven here by car, or other facilities transfer them here for definitive care.
Of course, not everything that goes on with the paramedics is quite so heroic. A lot of the action that they see all the time takes them down hallways like this and into private quarters to try to get citizens to a county hospital with emergency medical help they need.
This woman, for instance, suffering acute pain, needing emergency hospitalization. And like so many other people in so many other downtown LA neighborhoods, she's counting on County USC to care for her.
You know, in my estimation, the county hospital, which is the nearest and closest and best facility in the area, you know, it's needed in the area.
People like this little girl battling a crippling and life-threatening case of diabetes.
I can give myself an injection, or my mom can give me an injection in my arm or my leg or my stomach or place like that.
This child was brought to County USC because another medical facility refused to help her. Her mother did not have insurance.
If she wasn't here at County, it could have been a lot worse. She could have went into a coma.
Little Lauren, like most kids, can't wait to leave her hospital bed.
I don't like the food. It's not very good.
The halls of this hospital are filled with similar stories. People fighting injuries or illnesses, hoping this facility will not be closed, fearing there might be nowhere else to go.
Without the help of the hospital, where would we go? What would we do?
Scared? No. Now that I wondering what I'm going to do if this place closed.
Where are we going to go?
Is it going to impact the people of Los Angeles? You bet it is. And it could be you or me or my kids or your kids.
That's anyone's kids, parents, loved ones. And if the plug is pulled as threatened on County USC, where else will they